All right, guys, welcome you live on SBTV Africa. My mama Kwaba. And then Friday, thank God it's Friday, and 5:30, about sharp. I want say Fridays be no. Lawyer wisdom, Akaho, wise man solicitors. Yeah, the bread. Mo Friday be no ba or the church bread money adie. And so time aso. To catch you near be say time aso. Mama Kwaba, the voice of the community. We a live show. I will share. On SVTV Africa. Who questions be up so bisa na wetime bisa na sa fe na wo ba join here we ni aboso dia na me immigration lawyer UK, the finest or good pa lawyer wisdom aka or heavy nti mo amonim no amonim no mo ma friend pens mo ma ko ne nchen so no we say we sort him out say me di obi abada me say or good or heavy pa na say what I say or heavy pa nti next show no. And now, a topic I will be discussing very important. It's making sure say, unko amenhwe we ni aboso a share link na ho no share WhatsApp, Facebook, MOB, no be so me join na for our drink bra question time ne do mema wa kenkan na we yi anu amamo sa so na voice note be so ha obetimi assign any questions na ba quick brief just short na eno so no obe respond nti me ne lawyer wisdom akahoba bedi nkomo if me DJ nyame na kai na say tap send mo UK, Europe, Canada and US na tap send app here there we say o mani sika ebrebusianfo sphere download tap send or Play Store ni App Store na the obe ya ni so fill application na e be so promo code na what type SVTV yan go straight na me ne lawyer wisdom akaho wise man solicitors emedi nkomo chairman
boss
efo
yes sir
efo where's all
yo awchame
yes aminya
wanga saminya nge hiyo awu
imu nga saminya wate Mount Rome
ja
efo na sisi our office why is that background no
yeah nice is some we a bad pa
okay nice so sabe kan dia wise man solicitors lawyer wisdom akaho UK for enkomo e ba be di UK nti US ni ade na embebisa US questions no nye US ono me de lawyer AK Pokuba no abebisa no we ono UK enkomo na e ba be di enne nti wa plan so be ko UK and we do UK ejuma asem any ade na person ko UK apply for jobs from Ghana ni nyina bi uti bibisa no questions no e be biem nti 5:30 na mo de aba nti comment section no and so do more live Facebook your page SBTV Africa page or Facebook so also na live YouTube channel no so nti obetimi do comment about both places pages in your platform obetimi de comment about lawyer
papa
yama akwa ba wie de and also then eko yentio
yo menua me da say etiefo nso me da obi ase and then no ye pese ye kasa efa about the job opportunities or the availability of jobs in the UK. Yakasa afa mostly na focus health and care for niso. But there are other sections ejuma UK. Now most at times our attention just goes to one direction. And then no me percent me general areas are opportunities say obi timia obetumi explore that option but they be answer ya make say here say ubenya a sponsor in that area even though ejuma no wo no you still need an employer or somebody who will give you the sponsorship certificate and send away to me about. So that is the starting point that yes, a human will now over here a sponsor. So generally, that is a nona yepese kasa efa and DJ. Yeah.
Wow. And the way they are important, pal. And the idea do na yatete ani care nursing. Baby musu omo ye plumbers, omo ye carpenters, omo ye mason, omo ye different field, omo ye enyuma dey say doso. Enti and a lawyer wa ba yi dey, wo be kire yen. na also no watch kwan e be fa so a e betimi apɛ sponsor a se be apply ni sen o se be ni sen o because amanfo bebree so mu hia moa but research no na ha yen de bia meka me ni abrante bi ye interview before I obey positive video no na otie ni nsɛm ɔkan a ɔka research pa but still ano Ghana fo bebree no bɛka sɛ o me hia ne nam o hia ne nam ma no de ayɛ den nipa ne ka tell sɛ ɔno anko di obi anam o my problem with Ghana fo no my problem is say for here also research net isu na util phone use internet was so reading ye back in kind no ye bepe connection and anyama say be nyama hu hia no a mo de ba net no so no ene na edi ekire ntokwa hunu na atamididie na we ubon se ne de ubon se ye ne ye hwe ba nyama obepeke fi be boa no few ones no me smart no no hu wi a na o sa kwakọ bisa ne say on kyerɛ wo na wontimi nya na at least try na edu baby na opema na wo so baby so obi a ono so onim de fa wana so afem na wa kyerɛ obi ba obi what to you say oh do it for me it's not done like that anyway lawyer over to you Yanko.
Thank you, DJ. You are the best, and your explanations are just spot on every time you come and you give it just the way it's supposed to be. Thank you very much. And then we're just going straight to the point. I think we are hitting 1 hour and 1 hour plus. Then we leave it as it is. Yo, yeah, kasa about options. Nipa bebree ewo opeso di ba UK ha. Ubetumi ejina su ediaba. Yɛn nyinaa yɛnim sɛ yɛwɔ the option of the health and care workers. No yɛkasa about recently na government no do de baayɛ a nipa bebree betumi afa so nipa bebree nso fa so de ba UK. And last week me maa yɛte aseɛ sɛ because of the ratio of the number of people who are supposed to the health workers who are supposed to attend to a certain number of the population, I think it's 48.6 to 10,000 of the population. Because of that disparity, and the UK said they are no longer recruiting from certain countries. And Ghana happens to be one of them. That is to say, Ghana has been put on the red list. Ghana has been put on the red list of active recruitment right now. Now, so make Eddie Council. The fact that they are to the red list, so the you can still come if you have the direct employment or if you have the employment directly from the employer. Third parties, in other words, recruitment agencies, no NIAU, but so while when you money directly from the employer, you are still able to come to the UK with your family, your children, your partner, and you can still come to the UK. So I know a idea a war. And now make also a casa about the other sections are based on the construction industry, that they lack a lot of workers in the construction industry. What it means is that sir, bricklayer, you are a mason, roof tilers, you are a slater, carpenters, and joiners, and plasterers. Some perform the construction industry the MAC Migration Advisory Committee has advised the government that they should open this option so that these people can also be placed on the shortage occupation list. So the shortage occupation list it means that the people can be recruited from outside the UK to come and work in that sector. Shortage occupation list. People can be recruited to come and work in that sector. So that is what that says. So we are only waiting for the go ahead from the government to say, the construction workers to the shortage occupation list. Then then obviously you can start looking for options in that area. That is that. And to me, the statistics we had to last week, which said So we share the um, the statistics that is available. It says many foreign construction workers left the UK after Brexit, and the demand for their services has risen post-pandemic. So after Brexit, a lot of people left the UK. A lot of the EU nationals, Nanka, Omuyejma in the building sector, they left the UK. And see, a lot of vacancy abeda and see, the UK wants people who can work in the construction industry, and that is very, very important. And see, I say from November 2022 to January 2023, from November 2022 to January 2023, the vacancies have gone up about 65%. Yeah, from November 2022 to January 2023, vacancies have gone up about 65% in the construction industry. The construction industry, 65% of demand has gone up so high. Now, and then it goes on to say, according to the Construction Industry Training Board, CITB. I'm just giving a summary of what we did last week. CITB, which is Construction Industry Training Board, almost say the country needs about 53,000 additional workers a year. CITB, Construction Industry Training Board, says the UK needs about 53,000 additional workers a year to work in the construction industry, which means there is a huge gap in the construction industry. So when you're a sponsor and an employer, or to me about certificate of sponsorship, then obviously over to me about Yejuma in the UK as a construction worker. So that is also very, very juicy, I should say, very, very juicy. Then if you honor, we look at if you honor, yeah, share a Federation of Master Builders, FMB. Members, it says members are struggling to recruit carpenters, joiners, bricklayers, and general laborers. So this is the information from Federation of Master Builders, FMB, in the UK. I say their members are struggling to recruit carpenters, joiners, bricklayers, and general laborers. So this shows there is a huge shortage in the construction industry. So we are hoping and praying that these construction areas will be put on the shortage occupation list, and then we can let you know, then employers can recruit from outside the UK to come and work. And also, you look at recent data, the recent data from the FMB, that is Federation of Master Builders, says that the trade survey shows that 60% of jobs have stopped. 60% of work has stopped because they can't find laborers or they can't find labor to work in that sector. 60% of the jobs, building jobs in the UK, have stopped because and then the construction sector, it says the construction sector needs about 225,000 additional workers by 2027. So we are in 2023. So that is in 4 years' time, they need about 225,000 additional workers by 2027 to meet the demand, and many more to tackle energy efficiency improvement in home building sector. So this shows again that there's a huge gap, a huge workforce gap in the construction industry. So you are in the construction industry, you are a mason, you are a bricklayer, you are a roofer, you are a tiler, you are a dry liner. Get yourself ready to start researching for employers. Look for the employers. The problem and the difficulty we normally have is being able to do the research for ourselves. we sometimes want somebody else to do it for us. Remember, the person may not have all the time to go researching for you. But if you yourself, you are serious about coming to the UK, you will spend some time on your phone researching, you will spend some time on your tablet researching, you will spend time at the internet cafe researching for employers in this sector. Now, this is what I always say. Say, wo nya an employer starts telling you, say, Chiasikase, 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 that should give you a red light that that may not be a rightful employer. Because Nipane here said, Brabeye Juma, why would they want to take you money from you before you come to work for them? So please be mindful of those red flags so that you don't get yourself in a pit by going to pay somebody some money who might not be able to help you come to the UK to work as the rules may say. So let's be very mindful of that. So, like I said again, MAC, Migration Advisory Committee, was asked to review the shortage occupation list in August 2022. And MAC has recommended that bricklayers, masons, roof tilers, roofers, slaters, carpenters, joiners, and plastering workers, dry liners can come, but we're only waiting for the government to give the go ahead, and then we will be able to put it out there for people to come and work. Now, so that is that aspect. Now, the other area of jobs where a lot of people can come and so to the UK again to work. I'm going to mention some areas of work that you will have to yourself go and again research. And then once you research, you will be able to, of course, if you have an employer who is willing and happy to employ you, then obviously they will give you the certificate of sponsorship, which will enable you to come and work in the UK. So, number one, we have architects. Architects, they are also on the list of skilled workers. So, if you are an architect or you will want to come to the UK as an architect, that is those who draw buildings and designs and bridges and stuff. If you want to come and work as an architect, then certainly you can also spend time researching into companies, architectural companies that want to recruit people to come to the UK. And once you get one that is willing and able to offer you the job, then certainly you can come to the UK to work in that sector. You can come to the UK to work in that sector. So that is that. Architects are also on the list of sponsored workers, skilled workers. So if you can, certainly join them by researching first, and then once you get an employer, you can come and work in that sector. Then also we have software services, software engineers. Now, I know a lot of people, a lot of youngsters are now software engineers. They are actually working in the tech industry. A lot of youngsters are software engineers now. So if you also want to come and work in that sector, again, go online, make time, research, get an employer who will enable you to come to the UK to work. Software engineers. That is an area that is also employing people in the UK. Now, I would emphasize that the sectors are there. All you need to do is look for the employer. So leaving that behind, we have cyber. Cyber security is an area that is also trending very well. Cyber security. Now, because of the way the world is going now, cyber is everywhere. So if you are a cyber guru, you know you are good, you have the qualifications, you can do certain things, you can, you know, you know what you can do. Again, you can also go online and look for the company as to come and work with them on the basis of being a cyber security worker. I'm sure they will take you through some interviews, etc., etc. Once they are pleased and happy with you, I can assure you that you will get your job to come to the UK to come and work as a cyber security officer. Another area, to me, accounting, the financial sector, accounting. Yes, I personally know a sector where these accountants, very renowned accountants in the UK, very prominent accountants in the UK, and they have the license to employ people from across the world. Now, if you can contact an accountant in that sector by going online to research the accounting firms, and you are able to establish contact with them and they issue the certificate of sponsorship, then of course you can also come and work. So accounting sector is very, very open to employment. So please, if you are an accountant and you are looking to possibly come to work as an accountant in the UK, you can also again research in that area. So we've talked about architects, we've talked about software engineers or services, we've talked about cyber security. You can also come and work in that sector. And then, of course, we've mentioned accounting. That is also an area where you can come and work. Once you have an employer in that sector, you can come and work in that sector as well. And again, another sector is the medical technology field. Now, there are people, these companies that make these medical equipments, like the syringes, the catheters, the a whole lot of things, the equipment they use in the laboratory for operation theater. The companies that make these equipments also need people. So you also have to research into that area, medical technology area. And once you are able to establish contact with any of these employers, certainly you will be able to, they will give you the sponsorship certificate, then you can come and work in the UK with them. So when it comes to the medical technology sector, that is also key. Very, very. In fact, I was in court on one occasion where there is this young man, a student. When he finished his course, he started working with this medical technology firm. So they gave him the sponsorship, but the Home Office refused the application. When the Home Office refused the application, he took the case to court, and to his boss was in court to support him. The boss was in court to support him. Now, in that case, the boss actually, Obroni was in court to defend this Ghana boys corner. Say, look, I've worked with this guy. He is good, he's committed, he's punctual, and he knows his stuff. He knows what he's up to. And therefore, I am willing to work with him. And then he told the court that even if you send him back to his country, I am willing to employ him and bring him back to the UK. Very persuasive because of the commitment and the way he works very, very well. So ultimately, the judge did not make his decision in the court, but I was sitting in there waiting to do my case. But clearly, I saw that this case was going to go in favor of the young man because of the way the employer was there to argue on his behalf or to give a witness statement on his behalf. So yes, the medical field is trending. The medical field is actually working. And because of that, if you have knowledge into the medical technology factories that manufacture these medical equipments, you have some idea about that, and you want to work with them, research, and certainly you may be fortunate to get a sponsorship, and then you can come to work with them in the UK. So that is that. Another area which is very important, ejuma wɔ hɔ, ejuma deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ, but how to come to the UK and only asɛm no. Pharmaceuticals, pharmaceuticals. I know a lot of our students from KNUST pharmaceutical students. They did pharmacy there, etc., etc. Now, pharmacists, there's job vacancies for you too, but you still need to look for an employer. And pharmaceuticals to those who manufacture the drugs, etc., etc. If you have some knowledge in these things, of course, nothing stops you from going out of your comfort zone to search for these employers, and I am sure you will get some employment to come to the UK to work. So that is the pharmaceuticals. Then media is also very, very, very important. I know of a church that is registered as a charity. The church is a charity, but they operate different departments in the church. They have the media department and other related departments. So this church was able to employ this gentleman from Ghana to come and manage their media department as a technician, the way they position their cameras, etc., etc. You'll be surprised to say that, oh, but how could that be? But it is possible. It is possible. I have seen it. A church that employs somebody who just manages their camera. He wants the quality, how you position the camera, and how you take the pictures and everything. And he got the sponsorship certificate and came to the UK to work. So if you are a media person and you want to work in the media sector, of course, you can also contact these organizations that have the sponsorship license to, of course, come and work in the UK. Now, what I realized personally is that sometimes the options are there, but everybody wants to go by the normal route. So the other routes or the other routes which are there, which are available, because nobody goes or explores that option, those vacancies are there. But everybody goes through one option and then ultimately it gets closed. So I would advise that explore, do the uncommon thing, go to areas that are not common to everybody, go do the unorthodox thing. I do my things by doing the unorthodox things. In other words, you don't follow what everybody is following, but go out of the ordinary, explore other options, and you'll be amazed at the result you will get to come to the UK to work. So media is an option. Then hospitality. The hospitality sector also has a lot of employment. Now, when we say hospitality sector, what are we talking about? We may be referring to the hospital, to the hotels, the catering services, these airports, these airlines, Heathrow, UK. They serve the whole world with flights everywhere in the world. They fly from Heathrow. Now, some of these companies that prepare the food for these airlines may need people. They may need people to come and work in those sectors. So that just imagine the UK has so many flights to the US every day, and every time the plane flies, the passengers will have to be fed. The production of this food, then to China, to Japan, to all over the world. Just imagine the amount of food that is produced every single day to be served on these flights. They need people in those hospitality sectors. You can be a food preparer, you can be a cook, you can be XYZ. You can get opportunity in that sector to come and work. But if you don't explore, you don't know that there are options there for you. So hospitality industry, hotels, catering industries, restaurants, etc., etc. All that sector is an area that you can look at. So take that and bear that in mind. Then we have artists. People are very good in drawing, graphic designers and artists, and all these people is also an area. In the UK, they sell some art for. a lot of money, and you wonder, what is this that is being sold for so much? They appreciate art. So if you're an exceptionally good artist, you may also want to explore that option to see if there is a vacancy for you to come and work. Now, if you want to come as an artist, you don't go looking for hotels. If you want to come as a cook, you don't go looking for IT technology. So you have to focus your drive in the area that you want to come and work, and that is where you search for your options. And once you get one or two, you send them emails, you call them, you follow up, you send them your CV, you send them your certificates, and I'm sure you just might be blessed to find an option to come and work in the UK. Hotel management. Hotel management is also an area that you can come and work. All these are options that you can come and work in the UK. So you can also look at that. And then, of course, engineering is there. Engineering is there. If you're an engineer from the KNUST, you want to come and work as an engineer in any of these global firms, you can certainly speak to them or go online and research, and you'll be able to find one or two that may be willing to use your services. I've talked about data security. That is also an area you can, and then logistics is also an area. Innovation. If you are great, you have great ideas, and you can just innovate. Somebody can just look at this pen and say, "Look, I think this pen can be turned another way, or it can be done another way." That is just being creative. If you have such ideas, there's a company called Third Innovations Limited. Third 3D, 3D Innovations Limited. 3D Innovations Limited. They have this sponsorship certificate. They have license to sponsor. So you can contact them. They may be willing and able to support you. 3D Innovations Limited, they are in London. You may contact them and they may be willing and able to help you. There's another one called 3D Matrix UK Limited. 3D Matrix UK Limited. They also, I think, people who do with innovations. You can also contact them, and you never know. You never know. We have 3D Technical Designs Limited. They are also into the innovation sector, and they also have the sponsorship license to employ people from abroad. So if you are creative, you think you are an innovator, you can come with some innovative ideas, then of course nothing stops you from pursuing that option. There's another company called 3Ks Engineering Company Limited. 3Ks Engineering Company Limited. So those who are thinking about engineering, or you want to come and work as an engineer, you can look at those companies. 3Ks, 3 and K apostrophe S Engineering Company Limited. If you can contact them, then I'm sure you may be able to make some contact with them and take it from there. Now, when you look at, I talk about accountants. With the accountants, you can contact 3M, 3M Accountants Limited, 3 and then M for Mother Accountants Limited. You may contact them too. They may be able to help you. Um, they may be able to help you. In the hospitality industry, in the food industry, you can contact 3P Foods Limited, trading as Heavenly Desserts. Uh, 3P, 3 and then P Foods Limited, trading as Heavenly Desserts. They are in Birmingham. You never know, you may be able to make some good headway with them. With the technology, you can contact 3R Technology UK Limited. They may also be able to help you. 3R Technology UK Limited, they may also be able to help you. You never know. And then when it comes to hotel, we have Third Floor Hotel Limited. Third Floor, 3RD Floor Hotel Limited. They may also be willing and able to employ you. Now, the point is, if you do not go out of your comfort zone to search for these companies, you wouldn't know they exist. Therefore, go online, and I advise you to um, contact these companies you may be able to. If you're a consultant, an exceptionally good consultant, you can contact For Global Consulting Limited, and you may just be lucky or fortunate to get some job with them. So generally, these are some of the works that still have vacancy to employ people to come to the UK, so that we don't always and only focus on the health and care, nurses, doctors, etc. There's a wide range of sectors that can still employ people to come to the UK. Healthcare, architects, tech software, technology software, security systems, and of course, I also mentioned about cyber security, accounting, medical technology, plumbing and heating. Plumbing and heating. Yeah, if you're a plumber in Ghana, go online and look for a plumbing company that needs people. UK always needs plumbers. Always. They always need plumbers. So go online, look for a company. I am sure they will be willing and able to employ you to come to the UK to work. Digital Limited, yes, and then Dental Care. Yes, Dental Care Limited is also another company that deals with health workers. If you're a dentist and you want to come and work in the UK, of course, you can contact these companies, and I'm sure they'll be happy and able to assist you to come. DJ, I think I'll leave it here. If anybody has any questions, I'll be more than happy to respond to those questions. And also, if there is time, then I can go on to another topic as well. DJ Nyame, you are, it's all
Lawyer,
yours. Yes.
that's a so brief here. It's your mom showing you a better say.
Yes.
But I also comments kakra about, but I think say what you are so do a questions there. Or person obisa, obetimi bisa me who. Okay, the man went to screen so we bisa question.
Hello, Isaac, my father. I say hi, lad. Please, my friend has gotten an opportunity to do his master's in the UK. Please, can he decide not to go to the school when he arrives? And how can he get a stay, please? Okay. All right. So his question is, the friend has got the opportunity to come to the UK to do his master's. Nti obedu na wankɔ school a obedu obetumi aka sɛ ɔnkɔ school na wankɔ school no nso a ɛbɛyɛ dɛn na wanya n'asetena ɛno na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔbisa. Well, obviously sɛ wanya visa sɛ ɔba UK to come and study, it is expected sɛ ɔba a ɔbɛtumi aba kɔ school. But sometimes sɛ yɛbɛdu UK ne wie a na ebia na circumstances asesa ebia na sikasɛm nipa na nka obetua ne school fees no nneɛma bi asesa nti ɛnyɛ adeɛ a ɔbɛtumi etua school fees no bio ɛnti na ɛba saa na wɔntumi ankɔ school no so wɔntumi ankɔ school na well the school or the university would normally inform the home office sɛ saa papa wei ɔbaayɛ no wamba school nti what the home office does is ɔbɛtumi atwerɛ sɛ because wankɔ school no nti in fact school no nti na wobaayɛ a wankɔ school no nti ɛkyerɛ sɛ wonni ekuro no mu ɛwɔ mmara kwan so nti either sɛ you have to ɔmo nka kyerɛ sɛ pack wo nneɛma no ɛkɔ they will normally give you about 60 days for you to change it to another category or to leave the UK. ɔmo nkyerɛ sɛ ɛkyina nko pack wo nneɛma no ɛkɔ they will give you about 60 days either to regularize into another category or make preparation to leave the UK. Within that 60 days, a lot of things can happen because a lot of things can happen. Number one, sir, obedu, not sir, or form any genuine and subsistent relationship. Not sir, eba mua, obet me switchy aquani banisu. And now, sir, obedu we one co school no. And during that time now, one co school no, say home office, young chat, na sit no more. Last of forming a relationship, about me switching from the student route to the partner route also. And now, sir, obedu, now, sir, onya any skilled worker, employer, now, sir, or finish to say, even the one co school, but I still want to employ you, not or management, or me switching from the student route to the skilled worker route also. So these are just a few of opportunities, sir, ɔbɛtumi agyina so de anya n'asetena. The other one is sɛ wankɔ school no, ɔne yere, ɔne ba, ɛneɛ ɔbɛtena UK for 20 years. Ɔtena UK for 20 years. Now ɔbɛtumi akyerɛ sɛ wɔtena for every single year. Then of course, ɔbɛtumi agyina ɛno so. Na ɛno nso ɔtumi agye anya n'asetena. So yes, there are possibilities. Ako Blossom. What of the humanitarian sector for someone who studied international relations, for example? Yes, it is also possible for you to get some employment. It is possible. And to go onto the list is called Register of Sponsored Licenses, Register of Licensed Sponsors. I'm sorry, Register of Licensed Sponsors. Register of Licensed Sponsors. I'll say it one more time. Register of Licensed Sponsors. I'll go on that list, go through it. It's a very long list. Go through it. You may be able to identify some employers in the humanitarian sector, in the humanities sector. If you did international relations, etc., human resource management, etc., you may find some employers in that sector who may want your service. As long as they are registered as a sponsor, it means that they are able to employ you. Contact them, give them your CV, give them what you can do. They may contact you back, interview you, do some conference with you. Once they are happy, they can give you employment. So yes, go on the register of licensed sponsors to search for those employers in the sector of the humanities. Thank you so much.
Okay, so
Obaya. I said my sister has SS graduate. My sister has SS grad. Can she apply? It depends on what she's applying for. If she's applying as a carer, then she necessarily needs to come in the care sector. She needs to have an employer in that sector who may be willing and happy to get her to work for her. Yes, certainly. SS graduates, they may be, when they get here, when she gets here, they can train her to be a carer or to fit into the sector that they've employed her through or for. So yes, it is possible, but I can't put my finger on any particular thing right now. But you have to explore. Laye Obodai David. Hi, Mr. Laye Titen. Uh, how is it likely to get a teaching job in the UK whilst in Ghana? It is possible. I think teachers are one of the categories that the Home Office has added to the shortage occupation list. It started with the health and care recently, and then teachers were added. Now, the Home Office says teachers in the languages and teachers in the sciences. So, science and then languages, mathematics as well. So, science, mathematics, and the languages, these sectors. So, if you are a teacher, a language teacher, or a mathematician, or a science teacher, then of course, again, please do your research. Contact an employer. You can contact the council or the academies in the UK that may need your service. Once you establish that contact with them, they may ask you to send your CV. They may give you a scenario or a topic to prepare a teaching lesson on, and then they may interview you on Zoom, and you present your topic or whatever topic they've given you on you. They can interview you back through your presentation. They'll look at all of this. Once they are satisfied, they can then offer you the job by giving you the certificate of sponsorship. You apply and you come to the UK. So it is possible, but it needs some work to be done. And then Tino, can someone who is a property manager in Ghana also get a job to do in the UK? What are the prospects for such a professional? Property manager, Again, you may be able to get a job in the construction sector, possibly the construction industry. It is possible that if you're a property manager, the houses they build, they may need your service. I'm not sure, but it is possible. So again, this is an area that Tino, you have to explore to see. Look, if you do not explore, you never know the chances you have. If you don't explore, if you do not research, if you do not read, if you do not find out, you never know the options that you have. Take the step of faith. Go out there, research, and you'll be amazed at what opportunities are there for all this while that we never took. So yes, Tino, uh, go online, research, register of licensed sponsors, find out, and I'm sure you'll be able to find something that may help you in that sector.
Okay, so um,
Yes, Mr. Frederick, Isaac, my father, I will plead on your behalf to educate us more on the student visa, and please, can someone work in the UK with student visa? If so, how many hours? Oh, thank you, Mr. Isaac, my father. Thank you for the request. Okay, in that case, next week, I would dedicate my topic to the student visa, particularly because this is a special request for student visas. But today, I'll just touch on it briefly. Yes, it is possible to come to the UK with a student visa. That is tier 4. We have tier 2, tier 4. Tier 4 is student visas. You can come and you can come with your family, your wife or your husband and your children. You can come on a student visa. And when you come, you can work. You can work as a student, but you can work only 20 hours during term time. When school is in session, you can work only 20 hours. But when school is on holidays, is on vacation, then you can work more hours, full time more or less. So yes, you can work 20 hours during term time, and during holidays or vacation, you can work full time. So that is possible to to do. So that is for your information. I will look at student visas next week into detail, how much is required, who can pay for you, how to search for the schools and the deposits that are required, how long you have to have the money in your account for, and then how to, when you arrive, what you have to do. And when you finish the course, what you can do. You can, of course, apply for the graduate visa 2 years. During that time, what else can you do? So, yes, I'll take a look at that next week. Student visas in the UK. I'll take a look at that. I hope I don't forget that I can look at it. All right, so DJ, I think yes, I'll say Daniel Comey. Hello, Mr. Comey. I think this is a name I know. Hello, Mr. Comey. An Italian citizen living in Italy now. How can I get a job in the UK? How is the process like? Yeah, you are an Italian living in Italy, and I'm an Italian national. I am Italian living in Italy. Okay, so you are Italian in Italy. How can you get a job in the UK? If you have not come to register for the settled status or the pre-settled status because of the Brexit, then you come into the same category like everybody else. So let me say it again. If you did not come to the UK to apply for your pre-settled status or the settled status before the 30th of June 2021, it means that you are in the same category as everybody else from any other country who wants to come to the UK to work. So you would also need a sponsor. You need an employer who will offer you the job. And then once you are offered the job, you can then come to work in the UK. So yes, it is possible but you need an employer. If you registered or if you came and got your pre-settled status, then you don't need any permission. You can just take your passport, buy your ticket, come to the UK, and then carry on working without any requirements or permission needed. That is if you already have the settled status or the pre-settled status, or you have proof to show that you've been in the UK or you were in the UK before the Brexit, and you have evidence to show that you can come to the UK and work without any requirement. Otherwise, you have to go through the same process as everybody. Now, Kirby Make, it says, can a forklift operator get job and use his Ghana driving license? And how can I get a website for those jobs? Well, yes, it is also possible to get a job in possibly the um, the haulage industry. The haulage industry is they carry loads from heavy loads from one place to another. So yes, a forklift driver can get a job in the haulage industry. Let me give you one name. It's called A and it's called A and F Haulage Limited. A and F. A for Alpha, F for Father or Frederick. A and F Haulage. Haulage Limited. They are in Bolton. They are in Bolton. A and F Haulage Limited, based in Bolton. You can contact them. No guarantees. I am only suggesting, but the hard work is for you to do. I'm just suggesting something to you. Contact them. There's another one called A and F Supplies Limited. Now, these companies, they are based in Preston. These companies are companies that, because they do supplies and logistics, supply, they move a lot of goods here and there from one sector to another. And they need, these are not goods that you can carry with your hands or you carry on our head. These are goods that are moved by forklifts from one point to another. That is why if you contact them and they know your skills and they need you, of course, they can offer you the job. So contact the A&F Haulage Limited, and then also contact A&F Supplies Limited. And of course, you can also contact all the supply companies in the UK. You never know, provided they have the sponsorship license, they may be willing to employ you. Now, what I know you can do is, if you have the Ghana driving license and the international driver's license, you'll be able to drive for 1 year in the UK. I don't know if they have a special license for forklift drivers. I guess they do. In that case, when you come, you may have to do a little course here and there, get that special license, and then you can carry on working with the company. But the most important thing is to get to the UK first, and the rest you can take it from there. Evans Arthur, hello Evans. He says, I am a student in the UK. I got job offer when my employer checked my share code to determine my right to work. The details there don't match with what I have on my BRP. What could be the reason? Well, it's not common, but it happens. It's not very common, but it happens. I know somebody whose employer checked the for the share code. The picture that came was totally different from the person. Somebody else's picture was on her site. So it happens. So what you have to do is just contact the home office. Contact the home office on their number. I don't have their number off head right now, but let me see if I can get you a home office number that you can call them. Home office. Home office. Yes. Write this number if you are listening to us. The number is 0300 123 2253. 0300 123 2253. And there's another number 0207 035 4848. I'll say it again, 0207 0354848. And the third number is 0300 790 6268. 0300 790 6268. Now, you can call any of these numbers. They may tell you that that is not the right department. It's simple. Just tell them, can you please give me the number to the right department? So you take it off them and then you call the right department that can correct this error for you. So you can do that. Alternatively, you can write to the Home Office their complaint section. The complaint section, write to them. I will give you an email. I'll give you an email that you can contact the Home Office. Now, all that I am giving you, it's information that is available. I'm not saying that if you contact an employer, they will give you a job. No, that is not what I'm saying. I am just leading you to the right source, but I am not guaranteeing that if you contact an employer, they will give you a job, or if you contact the Home Office, they will by all means correct it for you immediately. I am just giving you the information that can help you get to the objective that we are looking for. Now, if you want to make a complaint to the Home Office about the mistake on your card, because the information you have is different from the information they have, then you can email the employer on, let me see if I can get you an email address. Give me a minute, I'll get you an email address, and then you can email them, tell them there's an error and you think it has to be corrected, and I'm sure they certainly will. They certainly will. Give me 1 second, I'll get you the email address. Okay, it's the email address to the Home Office is complaints@homeoffice.gov.uk. Complaints with an S, COMPLAINTS at homeoffice.gov.uk. Write to them, tell them what the issue is, and they'll respond to you and possibly make the correction as soon as possible. Thank you very much. I'll say I am in the UK. That is Nagba Eric. Hello, Mr. Nagba Eric. I'm in the UK. Just came as a seaman, as contract. I am overstay 6 years. What should I do? Okay, so you came to the UK as a seaman on contract, and you decided not to go back to your country. Yes. What should I do? What should you do? There are options for you. There are options that you can explore. But I would prefer in a case like this that you are in the UK, if you can call my office on 0208 0165 384. Thank you. Thank you for putting the details there. It's Wiseman Solicitors, number 8 to 9, The Print House, 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, Dalston, London, E8 3DL. Telephone number is 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. If you call that number, they'll book appointment for you. Come, let's sit down. When it comes to the options to explore, I am more comfortable when we sit face to face. Then I can say, go this way, go that way, do this, don't do this. And then I can assure you that you are very, very likely to get your stay if you follow the directions. So call the office. Lawyer Francis' number is there. Lawyer Francis' number is there, 079 4677 2439. 079-4677-2439. And my number is there as well, 079-31411042. Our email is there, info@wisemansolicitors.co.uk, or you can better still email officeadmin@wisemansolicitors.com. 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 All small letters. OFFICEADMIN. Officeadmin@wisemansolicitors.com. Then we meet and we can talk. That is more detailed advice as to how to navigate to get your stay in the UK. Grace Press. Grace Press. I said, my brother does not speak fluent English, but he has about 20 years experience in barbering. Is it possible for him to come and work in the UK, and how? I don't know if there is a vacancy for barbers. I don't know. So I can't really speak to that. Barbers or beauticians. Let me put it that way. I don't know if there's vacancy for beauticians, for barbers, for hairdressers, for hairstylists. I don't know. But of course, you can also research. Maybe in another category to come to the UK, yes. But for barbers, I would not give you any advice that I'm not sure about. I'm so sorry. Then Akko Blossom again. If someone has lived in the UK for less than 3 years, can they get trainee and apprenticeship job? It depends on the category in which the person has lived in the UK. If the person came as a student and they finish their course, it is possible that they can get a trainee and apprenticeship job. Yes, that is possible. Or if they came as a master's student, a PhD, etc., etc., that is also possible. If they came in any other sector, it's always possible to navigate to move from one sector to the other. So yes, as long as they are in the UK legally, it is possible to switch from one sector to another, provided there are no restrictions on the movement. There are some sectors that you can't move from one to another, while there are other ones you are able to navigate from one sector to the other. So live in the UK or live in the UK for less than 3 years. In what category? What visa do they have? What status are they on? I need to know this before I can advise as to what is possible in that case.
Okay, lawyer. Over to me to also before over to me the still over to me the comments number. Or questions be about so bisana. Yen check. Because akabe be na 25 minutes be na yapon. Nti kai say every Fridays be amene about 5:30 live. Nti wo questions obe bisana. Over to me bisano. Lawyer over to me to also na bi ba na mediaba.
DJ. Right, now me person may kasa briefly also about do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts in the immigration rules. Do's and don'ts. What you should not do, or what you should do, and what you should not do. What you must or you should do, and what you should not do. When it comes to immigration in the UK, there are certain things don't don't do it, because it will create a huge problem for you. To create a huge problem for you. So let's look at a few of the do's, and then if we have time, we'll look at the don'ts. Let's look at a few of the do's, and then we'll look at the don'ts. So number one is, if you want to stay in the UK, you want to make an application to stay in the UK, first of all, identify. So this is the do. Do identify the type of application you want to submit. You must first identify the type of application you want to make. So do identify the type of application you want to make. Example, if you want to apply as a parent of a child that is a British citizen, identify that. If you want to apply as a parent of a child that is not a British, but has indefinite leave to remain, identify that. If you want to apply as a parent of a child that is not British and has no indefinite leave to remain, but has lived in the UK for 7 years, you have to identify that as well. Or if you want to apply as a parent of a child that is not a British citizen, hasn't got indefinite, hasn't been in the UK for 7 years, and is not in the UK legally, maybe the child is in the UK for only 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, you have to identify what category you want to apply under. The next is if you want to apply as a partner. The first one I talked about is as a parent, and this one is as a partner. If you want to apply as a partner, you have to know the partner's status. Is the partner a British citizen? Is the partner having indefinite leave to remain? Or the partner has limited leave to remain? Identify that. So these are the little things you need to identify before you know how to navigate your route. Now, if you want to apply as a student, again, identify that, okay, I am applying as a student. That is it. If you want to apply as a skilled labor worker or as a skilled worker, also identify that. You can't crisscross or you can't use the wrong applications for different categories. First, identify where you stand, what you want to do, and that will help you to chart the course from one sector to another. If you want to apply under the long residence route, long residence, 20 years long residence, again, then you have to then identify that option and you go on that route. So that is very, very important. Identify the route on which you want to apply. That is the do. You have to identify the route on which you want to apply. Do identify, and then you can take it from there. Do identify, and then we can take it from there. Then we also have to look at if you want to apply under the humanitarian ground, human rights grounds too, of course, look at that. If you want to apply as a British citizen, naturalization, or as a registration for a child, identify that. So first identify. Then number two, after you've identified the rule or the route on which you want to go, or the rule or the road you want to go on, the category you want to go on, then identify the application form you have to use. Do identify the form you have to use. There are different forms for different purposes, different forms for different applications, different forms for different objectives. We have a lot of forms. So you've identified what application you want to make, identify the application form. We have FLRFP for one category. That category can come for parent, can come for partner, can come for private life, can come under different sectors. So FLRFP, that is one form. Identify if that form is what you need to use. Or FLRLR, is that the form you want to use? Family life, further leave to remain on long residence route, is that what you have to use? Because sometimes if you use the wrong form, your application will be declined, and that can cause you a whole lot of difficulties. So FLRFP or FLRLR, you have to know that. Or if you finish identifying your route, you can go on the FLRO if there is no other form that comes under which you have to use for that particular application. FLRO, you can use that as that. Or FLRHRO is another form. FLRHRO, that is the name of a form. Human right outside of the immigration rules, you can use that form as well. Or Set M, settlement. After you've done your 2.5 and 2.5 as a spouse and you want to settle, find the right form, Set M. Now, if you go and use FLRM instead of Set M, they will give you another 2.5 years instead of indefinite. So these are the little things. If you use FLRM instead of Set M, the Home Office will give you another 2.5 years instead of giving you indefinite leave to remain. So you may have qualified for indefinite, but because you use the wrong form, they will give you 2.5 years instead of indefinite leave to remain. So identify the correct form. Or set DV. If you want to apply under domestic violence, you use the right form, set DV. Or set bereaved partner. So we have BRILR. So indefinite leave to remain. We have BPILR. Yeah, BPILR, bereaved partner, indefinite leave to remain. You have to identify the form. If you use the wrong form, you will get the wrong result. It's as simple as that. You will end up paying money which you shouldn't have paid, but you won't get the result that you want. So get the right form. You can apply under form AN if you are going for nationality, AN or MN1, depending on whether the person is an adult or a child. You need to get the right form. You can use form OS if the application is for a British child outside of the jurisdiction. You have to get the right form. If you apply for a spouse to come to the UK, you have to use the form that matches with Appendix FM Section EC-P, the right form. If you apply for a child to come to the UK, use the right form under Appendix FM Section EC-C, the right form. So that is the law, and you get the right form that coincides with that, or that applies to that. If you do not use the right form, you get the wrong result. It's as simple as that. So please take note of that. If you are applying for a child to come to the UK, you have a British citizenship, or you have indefinite leave to remain, and your child should come with indefinite leave to remain, but you use the wrong form, they will give you 2.5 years instead of indefinite leave for the child to come. And if they give you indefinite leave, if they give you 2.5 years, it means every time you have to go and renew, you may have to pay money for renewal. Whereas if the child came with only indefinite leave to remain, you don't have to do any renewal. You just have to wait until after a couple of years or so and go for the child's British citizenship for the child. So very important. Do number one, identify the category you want to apply in. Number two, do identify the forms you want to use, the correct form you want to use. Very important. Very, very important. Number three, do identify the law that you want to make your application under. Men your application under Yesi does not give application, doesn't give Asitina in the UK. Yesi, Kofi C, Yao C, my sister C, my brother C. What is the law? What is the name of the law? What is the title? What is the citation? You can't go and write there, Yesi, my brother C, my application, it will be refused. It will be refused. So don't apply based on Yesi. Apply based on the law. The law. If you quote the law, you cite the law, the Home Office goes there, they will see what you are citing. Everybody in this world goes there, the same thing is there. But if it is Yesi, what is the point of reference? Hinanesi, you have no point of reference. Your application will be refused. So the law, identify the Immigration Act under which you want to apply, identify the immigration rules that you want to use. We have the act, we have the rules, we have the guidance notes. Look for the guidance notes. What does the guidance note say? And no, it breaks down the law into smaller languages for you to understand, to smaller English, into basic English for you to understand. And then on that basis, you are able to make your application. Identify the law, identify the rules, identify the guidance notes, identify the case laws, the laws that the judges have made, the cases that the judges have made that favor your case. You want to identify those to help you make your application and get a result. Ask yourself, what results am I looking for? Who your application just for the sake of making an application, and now who per results binti and a your application. So you need to know exactly what you want. So, if it is in the immigration rules, of course, is it Appendix FM? Is it financial requirements? Is it long residence? Is it lawful residence? You need to know all that is required. Yes? Is it under the tier 2? Is it under the tier 4? You need to know the rules, the relevant rules that you want to go under. Is it under any other rules? If you want to go on the private line, is it under Appendix PL? Know the right rule. If you want to go for citizenship for your child, is it under Section 1.3 of the British Nationality Act? You need to know. Is it under Section 1.1? You need to know. Is it under Section 4.1? You need to know. Is it under Section 2.2 of the British Nationality? You're going for British citizenship? You need to know. So know the right rule that you want to use, and that will help you to make the right application. Don't just submit because obi aka kyerɛ sɛ ɔno ayɛ ne deɛ ɛna ɛde ama no nti wɔn nso kɔyɛ ne saa. Obiara circumstance ɛyɛ different. Mɛtumi ama wɔ example. Obi a ɔba UK less than 20 years ɔyɛ an application ɛm sɛ ɔno ɔdi 17 years ɛna ɔyɛ an application ɛna yɛde maa no ɛna ɔka kyerɛ ne yɔnko sɛ oh wo deɛ wɔtena ha 18 me koraa matena ha 17 yɛde ama me nti wo wɔtena ha 18 na woyɛ a yɛde bɛma wo but wanka nkyerɛ n'adamfo no sɛ na ɔyare ɛna ne yareɛ no nti ɛna ɔmo gyina so ɛde ɛmaa no yare no deɛ na ɔfɛre ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔbɔ yare no nso nti wanka nkyerɛ n'adamfo no saa nea ɔkae ne sɛ between her 17 years, once what now 18 years. But there is more to it than just the number of years. There are other factors they consider. And then America said, many application based on yes, base it on the law. And then on the law, nobody can say otherwise. Nobody can say otherwise. So get the law, the act, the immigration rules, the Citizenship Act, and all those other ones. Then that will help you to know exactly where you stand. DJ, part your questions via banner. If there's any question, fine. If not, then I can continue the documents, the right documents that you need to apply with. All right. I think I'll go on. I'll say I want to apply for my child under 18 to join me in the UK. I'm settled. What online form should I use? Yes, this one, if you are settled, go to Google and enter entry clearance for a child. Every year, but you click it, there are so many options, so many options. Select the one that relates to a person who is settled. Don't select the one that says you have limited leave. You select the one that's British/settled person. You click that one. It gives you the drop-down box. They don't have one name. It's a very long title for these forms, but make sure you get the correct one. Go online, and I'm sure you'll get it. I am settled online form. Yes, so this is another thing. There are some of the forms now is now purely online. They are not paper forms anymore. So you need to identify the right form. I'll see if I can get that form for you before we go. Yes. Any other questions? Oh my goodness. Where is it? Okay. I'll say Kelvin Princeton. I'll say, please, can you further your education in the UK? Let's say master's program if you are already in the UK. Enter the UK with an Italian document. Yes, if you have Italian citizenship, you are in the UK lawfully. In other words, you have your settled status or your pre-settled status. Of course, you can always go to school. You can do your master's. You can do your first degree, your master's, your PhD. But you need to contact the university, let them give you the offer and see how much you have to pay or how much you don't have to pay, and then you can pursue it from there. If you're an Italian, yes. But if you had Italian settlement, Carta Soggiorno, which is not Italian citizenship, but settlement, and you came to the UK and you overstayed, it is an Italian document, but it doesn't give you the right to stay in the UK. In that case, you will not be able to go to school. But if you have the Italian passport, then certainly you are able to go to school, provided you meet all the other requirements. Yes. Isaac McFadden said, please, is it possible to join the UK Army at the age of 30? I think so. I'm not too. I don't know the requirements for the UK Army, but you can just Google it or go to the UK Army website. I'm sure they will have their age categories there. You can double check that. I don't know their cutoff point, but it may be possible. 30 years, I think it should be possible, but still go ahead and check for yourself. I'm sure you'll find some good answers over there. Thank you. DJ,
Okay, lawyer, I think the questions no me buy no. Me dey obi ade ato so. Bi mu so de yan fan to so bi mu wa answer na da nti maybe after we no betimi obetimi ahwe video ni biom because ebi mu ha mo bisa sa question na da wait say obetimi the Italian way no document ayi juma o UK ni ade a okuta Italian I say no answer that. So for now no obi so bisa ok ma me for we into so
I'll say I am a brick mason. Can I get a job in the UK? I'm in Ghana. Yes, I just mentioned this that it is possible to get a job in the UK. If you are a mason, you are a tiler, you are a bricklayer, you are a dry liner. Yes, all these categories.
well done
Yes, all those people. Yes, it's possible. But we are just waiting for the government to put these categories of builders, construction workers on the shortage occupation list. I don't know. I haven't checked today. Maybe it's come out. But as soon as they put them on that category, you are able to look for an employer who will offer you the job, give you a certificate of sponsorship, and then you can come and work in that category as a brick mason. Yes, it is possible, provided you find a sponsor. If no sponsor, you want coming. A sponsor, then you can come and work in the UK.
Wow. So lawyer bibi wo bi mana.
Yes, near what say. In fact, Nyame Aduma next week because it's a long list of things I want to carry on with the do's and don'ts. So I'll leave it with the documents. The documents you need to. What documents do you need for your application? I'll leave it at that. It depends on the category of application or person we are and the documents you need. So we our rare crata, person kofa ukunu eba. Documents when here. Person kofa umami eba. Documents when over here. Person kofa uba eba. Documents when over here. It's a long list of documents. It's a long list of documents, and I would think we'll leave it at that. Yami Aduma next week. I will continue from the do's and then the don'ts. The don't number one is don't make application based on yes see. That will not give you any result. Make it based on the law. What is the law saying? Based on that, I can assure you, you get your outcome. And see, DJ, I'm saying, yeah, and if you don't mind,
Okay. Yo, so lawyer, yeah, that's it. Say, the I we break Friday bia Friday bia 5:30. We the break. Inti lawyer ni duties na wo no. Mo UK na mo pese mo ko office no. Info na wo so ba bo so bioma na
DJ da be na uba. Ya feel power.
Why is not solicitors? UK
Why too busy to make time for us?
Sisi a Concord plane no. Eja nanu o shedudu. Concord plane, the only show, number one show, a flight no, 5 seconds. Bi anti say me mo UK ni da. Me ti anyina mo UK da. It was some people UK na now person who me one on one.
Kengeni, person face to face.
That's adi technology abadi na who me ni obi akasa worldwide, everywhere we dey go, every corner we dey there. Concord plane ni bo ejuma. It is still how person member. E mo so make us na be na we by Europe. Na be na we by me say adi so say Concord plane you Europe. You America. You Canada. You Asia. You Africa. You baby But still, I'm almost on better movie one on. I'm saying one on one idea. Don't worry.
Aka idea ba kwa as say obroni eye. When my idea is obroni ye no.
Eba phone na epie o, anka phone na epie.
Exactly. Ye fact yes suffer mo na matachi wo ho na just say.
Oh, ebedru kwa ye nkwaje visa bia mo. Say the rough computer no say na epie. And the any generation no e be and you spiritual way, spiritual traveling.
Mate.
It's a lawyer for me who say be mu the question but I think say obey answer no Grace Press. Or the man for no to so na.
Okay, I mean that.
We know.
Okay, hi Grace Press. See, I have a baby before I got my settled status. What form should I use if I want to register him as a British citizen? And if I'm asked whether my child has any other nationality, should I say yes? Should I say Ghanaian? Well, the first part of the question, if you had your settled status before your child was born, your child is not a British citizen, so you have to register the child, and the form you need to use is Form MN1. MN1. You use that to register the child. They would ask you, does the child have any other nationality? Mostly, the child has the same nationality as the parent. So if you are Ghanaian, the child is Ghanaian. You can take yes, Ghanaian, but that does not change anything. It does not change anything. So yes, the child is Ghanaian, but the fact is, this is the first registration. They may ask you if the child has any passport. The answer will be no, because if the child hasn't got any Ghanaian passport, then the answer to that question will be no. So you can take, does the child have any other nationality? You can take yes, Ghanaian, because the child takes the citizenship or the nationality of the parent at the time of birth.
Okay, lawyer.
Yes.
Wise man solicitors, you better say lawyer Francis Bosompim, right?
Yes.
And a lawyer Wisdom Akao, and a lawyer then Amwa. What's about Clevenze?
Nana Ohene Amwa.
Nana Ohene Amwa.
Yes.
You better must say the Biano, more supportive, more buoyance. Nami Aduma next week Friday, be a lawyer, how they address na phone number no be phone number they will screen so into more person. And I'm in for addressing into.
Yes, me does say. Why Smart Solicitors, number 8 to 9, The Print House, 18 to 22, Ashwin Street, London. You are Dalston Junction, our London. Postcode near E8 3DL. E8 3DL. Office number near 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 and our mobile numbers no your lawyer Francis Bosompim 079 4677 2439 079 4677 2439. I know your lawyer Bosompim need telephone number. And your lawyer Nana Amwa. Lawyer Nana Amwa. I know the telephone number 07 Amwa. Okay. I know the name 077 3757 2905. 077 3757 2905. Mebo Subium 077 37 57 2905. And your lawyer Rose Marie. I know the number lawyer Rose Marie. Work. Okay. Need any 077 1956 4411. 077 1956 4411. I need a lawyer Rosemary dear. And media A 079 31 411 042 079 31 411 042. I know any your numbers. Office one ufra no book appointment no waba ya class. Eya ya ka say the information to her, but nyama ni be no yentime and go into details. So it's not one-on-one near actually say we no you will fee her away can away say then we prepare a very nice package. You can have a good product, but if you don't have a good packaging, nobody's going to buy it. You can have an average product, but if you package it well, it will sell. Until case no the bar, we sit down, we assess it, we package it well, we present it to the Home Office, and I can tell you for a sure, sir, we're going to results. Results that we expect. Now, also, when you are soon pay, UK. DJ, thank you ever so much. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, lawyer Wisdom Akao. Madam Asemo share SBTV Africa. Madam Asemo amode comments nya ba questions ba I hope say obiati ase. Nya de obakoye connection man bia na ediebu we no oti ase. O contact omo a ombetimi aboa. Madam Asemo share FM DJ nya Madam Production team ase. DJ Click Sharon Natina. Like it, your page, so tap and subscribe near, making sure so better tap and subscribe no. Videos no, as many lawyer kasa no more release be in the musa more videos our channel no so I'm waiting at share. Na me adom so free channel kwa so videos say baba Sunday it say interviews no me hot ones pa in some way yeah dey ba it is a one tap and subscribe and information is near there and nyama bit benefit to near there nti say one join here be mix a lot to make sure say be join SBTV Africa family the obey say I dey kokko ni atro subscribe or phone so now computer no so nya so adoma bi wo na nya so asa na just what be part into the video ne ba na wa share video no so ama onu abi na no so ahwe bi we aye say wo share ma nke share sa na ebeboa obi no so aye we no so ope bibi sa na formation bi sa na obenya se na be ya ye nyina no ebeboa ye ho anything am the program we eba am ne lawyer ba no it's nyame adoma next week Friday obeba be join 5:30 two questions one prepare and all this and madam I say daily also worldwide the only anything internet push am kuma then I obega o say tour na ma just tour so tour makram.
Hi there, my name is Calibos, the only boss with one S. Happy new month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of TapTapSend. People, TapTapSend is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana, if you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download TapTapSend on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on TapTapSend.
TapTapSend. Send more, spend less.